A good realization is this: that the most powerful conversations you will ever have are the ones you have with yourself in your quietest moments. Being alone and being lonely are not the same thing. One is a choice, the other is a feeling. Master the first, and you will never be destroyed by the second. Some people are meant to walk alone for a season, not as punishment, but as preparation. Some battles cannot be fought with company. They must be fought alone, and winning them alone makes you invincible. Stop looking for people to fill the void. Fill it yourself. Then nobody can ever empty you again. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are just in a season that most people cannot see yet. The quieter your life becomes, the louder your purpose speaks. Sitting with yourself in the dark is not weakness. It is the bravest thing a person can do. Marinate in it and emerge an unbeatable monster. The contradictory thing about the philosophy of loneliness is this: the person who learns to be their own best friend will never truly be alone. Your healing happens in solitude. Your growth happens in solitude. Your power is therefore built in solitude. You did not lose a person. You lost the future you had already built in your mind. That is a different kind of grief. Some of the greatest people who ever lived spent years completely alone before the world found them. The hardest part is not that they left. It is that life kept moving like nothing happened. The strongest people were forged in silence, not in crowds. The world will not always show up for you, but you must always show up for yourself. Not everyone is meant to stay. Some people are just passing through your story to teach you something. Some people leave and take an entire version of you with them. Rebuilding that version is the hardest work you will ever do. Withdrawal is not weakness. It is your soul saying, "I need to process this before I perform again." The smile you wore today deserves an award. Nobody knew what it cost you. The loneliness after heartbreak is unique. It is not missing a person. It is missing who you were when you were with them. Grief does not announce itself. Sometimes it arrives as silence at a dinner table. Sometimes as a song. Sometimes as nothing at all. You did not become cold. You became careful. There is a difference. The most isolating feeling in the world is being misunderstood by the people who were supposed to know you best. You withdrew from everyone not because you hated people, but because pretending to be okay around them became exhausting. You are enough, even on the nights it doesn't feel like it. Someday, someone will choose you without hesitation, without conditions, without an exit plan. There is a particular loneliness in loving someone who is physically present, but emotionally gone. Some connections feel like home, and when they end, you are not just heartbroken, you are homeless. The most dangerous person in any room is the one who has learned to be completely whole, alone. You were not asking for much. You were asking for consistency, for presence, for someone who stayed. That is not too much. The silence around you is not abandonment. It is the universe clearing space for what is coming. Some souls are too rare to be understood by everyone. Your loneliness is proof of your depth. You did not push people away. You simply stopped pulling them closer after they showed you they would not hold on. Loneliness introduced me to myself, and that was the most important introduction of my life. You laugh loudest in groups because silence gives your thoughts too much room to move. You were not meant to fit in everywhere. You were meant to find where you truly belong. Healing is not linear. Some days you are fine. Some days a stranger's perfume undoes 6 months of progress. Your loneliness is not a flaw. It is a sign that you refuse to settle for connections that don't feed your soul. You stopped sharing your life with people not because you became private, but because oversharing burned you too many times. You were placed in solitude so you could hear what the noise was drowning out. You can be in a room full of people who love you and still feel like a stranger in your own chest. Stop apologizing for being too deep for shallow people to understand. The people who walked away from you created space for something better to walk in. The night does not scare you. What scares you is how comfortable you have become in it. The cruelest loneliness is the kind you cannot explain to anyone, because from the outside your life looks fine. You did not become distant, you became selective, and that selectivity is the first sign of self-respect. The bravest thing about you is that you kept showing love even after you had been shown every reason not to. Loneliness after loss is not just about missing a person. It is about missing the routine, the texts, the inside jokes, the ordinary moments that felt like everything. There will come a day when your solitude stops feeling like exile and starts feeling like sanctuary and happiness. You are allowed to grieve something that never had a name. The heart does not require labels to break. One day, the quiet that once felt like punishment will feel like peace. You are not there yet, but you are getting closer. Go now, not because the pain is gone, but because you are bigger than it. You always were.